Right, all right, all right. KL.
Yes.
This week in the culture, it's your man PStock and Big KL.
And your boy K is in the motherfucking building. Oops, did I cuss? I'm sorry. You having to watch it. We trying to monetize things around here. We trying to check a couple coins. So you got to watch the profanity in the beginning size. But nonetheless, this week in the culture, representing, we got our boy, goddamn it, Big Wall not here today, but he here in spirit, and we gonna hold it down for him as motherfucking like usual. We gotta go again with the cussing and the potty mouth. But anyways, how you feeling this week though, PStock?
Man, I'm feeling pretty good, man. It's been a long week. It seems like,
It seems like no, it has been. It has been. I can't front. It has been.
It's been a long week, bro, and get to the end of the week, it feels good. So you can get to scream and relax a little bit. But, there's a lot of interesting news, a lot of topics going on out there. So, the week keeps us busy always, bro.
Definitely, because, man, it's definitely been a lot of goings on this week, a lot of abnormal things, a lot of strange things going on this week. And, man, we're going to touch on all of it because you know how we do, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's good, bad, we ain't never indifferent about it. We always got an opinion on it. So, you know how it go.
That's how we got to do. We got to talk about it, keep it going. And a lot of these topics, people, we bring you this information. We want to talk about it because we feel that it does impact you, or it could impact you in some way. So, one of the first things we want to go out there with is R. Kelly. Okay. R. Kelly was trying to get out. And he got shut down. Big shout out to Lizette Martinez, making it happen out there. But let's talk. So that's what happened with it. R. Kelly's trying to get out. They ain't letting him out. He ain't never getting out. They gonna keep him spending his money till he don't got no more to spend.
Nah, it's over with.
Yeah, it's over with. It's over with.
Yeah, so man, and plus, man, he was caught dead the rights. You know what I'm saying? Now, they probably, they probably doing a little bit of reaching to get him, but you set yourself up for it. So, you know what I'm saying? They just doing as they should do, keep this man off the streets. You know what I'm saying?
He out of here.
Ain't no new R. Kelly nothing. Listen to all the old music and all the old jams, man. But
he out of here. Or
Mr. Robert, it's been a rap for you, Robert. It's definitely been a rap for you, Mr. Robert.
It's all. The music. And there's people on the line, and I get it. There's people that still, they still listen to his music. They still rock it. There's DJs and stuff that will, and then there's a lot of people that won't. They really to that point. But
yeah, I understand both sides of it. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, you know what I'm saying? I ain't just putting on no R. Kelly when I'm just alone, you know what I'm saying, in the crib, but just want to vibe out. I'm not just putting on no R. Kelly. I'm not gonna lie to you. If a certain song come on, I ain't heard it in a while. It's jamming. I rock to it, but I'm not actively listening to R. Kelly, and that's just my personal thing or my personal opinion on it. Because man, I don't see the songs the same way. You know what I'm saying? A lot of those songs, they're a little weird when you think about it, though. You know what I'm saying? So he got a couple of songs, a couple of joints that I could never just deny. When you hear it, it just is what it is because it's great. It's great music, man. What can you say? But as a person, man, Robert Kelly, man, get him out the paint, man. You got to get Robert Kelly out the paint, man.
Get him out. Yeah, got to get him out. Yeah. It's rough, he's done. People was hanging in there, trying to, hold him up there. Like, yeah, you got a chance, but all along, you knew he ain't have no chance. All of them.
No, man, I'm CEO, man. I'm CEO of the man. I hate Robert Kelly fan.
You CEO, huh? Yeah, you CEO.
So then, any chance I get to, slander him, I just definitely take that opportunity to slander him. You know what I'm saying? I don't let no opportunity to slander him pass me up. So once again, here we are, every time I try to get back out, they pull me back in. And I'm right back here slandering this man again. And yes, every chance I get, I'm going to slander him. So, fuck it, Dano.
He did it. He did. The choice was his. You know?
Yeah, man. He put himself in that predicament. You feel me?
Yes,
and you're not getting out of 30 years of Fed time. I don't care what the city of Chicago say. You're not getting out of 30 years of Fed time. No. So, it's a wrap, man. Just let it go, man. Enjoy all the old jams, all the old joints, you know what I'm saying? It's plenty songs to enjoy. But at times some R. Kelly news pop up. You start seeing the free R. Kelly people, you know what I'm saying? They start coming out the little woodworks and shit. But nah, don't free R. Kelly. Enjoy the old music for what it is. Let him be at where he at, man. And we just gonna move on with life, man. That's how I'm feeling.
Not this time. Not this time, R. And I feel you, man. I'm the same way. I don't hate him. It's nothing in difference. You're wrong. You got caught. That was a lot of rapes they got you for, Robert. You're out of here.
Now if I'm gonna be real, they did a lot of reaching to get him. Yeah, they did a lot of reaching to give him, but he made himself an easy target though. So
because he didn't stop, he couldn't stop. He couldn't stop. R. Kelly, that's a shame. So moving on.
What Gail tell him, Robert?
Oh yeah,
Robert. Robert. Gail, pretty wig wearing Robert.
Robert's gone. Robert's gone. That wasn't stopping him. He's gone. He's out of here. He's out of here, but hey.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. But moving on from that, in the news lately, there's been a lot of objects, a lot of stuff going on in the skies, man. And we know.
Yeah, I've been wanting. Yeah. I've been wanting to get into this. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I be paying attention to weird shit like this, but it's not really weird. It's low key could apply to the culture. It's a little bit left of the culture, you know what I'm saying, or our culture, because this really ain't got nothing to do with black folks or niggas or African Americans or however you want to put it. It really ain't got nothing to do with us thus far. You feel me?
Yeah.
Nothing to do with us. But it's interesting, and I think this is something that we should touch on because, man, like, especially the environmental aspect of the weird shit that's been happening. So yeah, let's definitely touch on it.
Let's get into it. So I've seen a couple videos. I don't know if you've seen the videos, and one I was trying to use, but I'm trying to figure out if it's real. First off, but it looked real to me. But they got these videos because then I start seeing others and I start questioning it. But it's like a guy on a walking path or something with a bike, and in the distance you can see a ball like coming in the sky at him, towards him, overhead. And then as it gets closer and it passes by him, two jets is right on its tail, flying right behind it, following it, so it seemed real. But if stuff like that is happening, because I looked at that ball, that's no weather balloon. It looked like something out of Star Wars, be honest with you. So that's what I was thinking, is this some type of Photoshop video edit?
Yeah, I didn't see. Now, I didn't catch the video. Yeah. I didn't catch the video to it. Now, when I saw the thing about the weather balloon type of shit, I was like, I don't know. And then where did they shoot it down at?
The weather balloon they shot over off the coast of South Carolina.
Now, when I first saw it, they said it was over like Wyoming or something.
Yeah, now that's the funny thing.
How did it get from Wyoming to South Carolina? Yeah. And the thing big as fucking 3 school buses.
Yeah, big as 3 school buses. And here's the kicker, bro. How did it get from the Aleutian Islands? It passed over the United States Aleutian Islands and then swirled its way through the country. Now, our intelligence people are saying that one was probably an off-course weather balloon, believe it or not. They think that was an off-course weather balloon. Now, the one they shot down over in Canada and the one they shot down on Lake Huron, that's something else.
I don't know. But I've been hearing about the weather balloon and see, and this is what really piqued my interest though, because right after the weather balloon, then we have the environmental hazard.
Yeah.
and
trains.
China vowed some type of retribution for destroying their weather balloon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if you've really been paying attention to this environmental shit, it was another chemical spill in Texas.
Yep.
And in Arizona too.
Arizona, and I think there was another one, wasn't it? I mean, where a couple people died. There was a couple people that died, I think, in a couple of these things recently. I noticed that. So yeah, you're on to something there, Kaya.
Yeah, and it's all of this happened like within the span of like a few days. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I don't know, and it's really been quiet about it. And you know, when they don't talk about certain things in the news or it ain't front facing, that makes me pay a little bit attention to it. Like, so why ain't nobody talking about the coincidence of these spills? Like, how often are these dangerous of chemicals being spilled? You know, because really this situation in Ohio is like really serious, like on the environmental side. And like it's affecting the wildlife, and you got animals dying, and I'm pretty sure, you know what I'm saying, when you got wildlife dying, man, the quality of life is like soon to come to.
Gone in that area. And here's the kicker. That's only about, I'm within the range of that. It says 75 miles. I'm within that range.
See?
Where that thing went down. And there's people, I know people that's within 15 miles of it. You know, so they got, like I was telling you, it's probably going to have to move. You know, the water ain't going to be no good. You won't never be able to trust the water again. You know, you want, not even for me.
Not even to bathe.
No, that's what I'm going to say. Not even to bathe or shower.
Not even to bathe.
No.
Because I see, I was watching a video, and I think they threw something. I think they threw something in, like, it was like a little creek. Probably not even like a little creek, just a little meadow or something. And I think they threw some type of like substance within the water, like to expose like the chemical. Like it just didn't look right, and
it ain't look right. And on top of this, when you tie in the railroad workers striking, attempted strike leading up to it, okay, the railroads now are crying about they don't have enough people. They just laid off. They had 1 million people. They laid off so many people. They said they didn't have enough people to keep up the maintenance and everything. Man, how do you have a train, like the engineer said, that train's like 1.5 miles behind them. He has no way of controlling it. He way up there. The fact that I see the picture, he got sparks flying off the wheels of the train back there. Right,
way a mile back.
Yeah. How he can't, there's nothing he can do, man.
Ain't nothing he can do. He couldn't stop that train with all of the experience in the world. It'd probably take that train an hour to stop.
No. And if you live near railroads, that's why this subject is very important. Because if you live near railroads, and again, I do. I'm in one of the old industrial towns where they got a lot of railroad tracks going past everything. And there's always them type of chemical cars sitting there. Just sitting there. Like, okay, what is this in there? They waiting for somebody to blow it up or something?
Or order it. But you never know what's going on with these chemicals. So
you don't.
But it's just so weird. And I don't really think it's a coincidence that we having all these chemical spills and all this weirdness going on. And then with weather balloons, it's just too much weirdness going on. Like, what is really going on? And you hear about so much bull crap in the news, though.
Yeah.
So it's like y'all trying to hit me with the old overplay for the underlay, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With the old, you know what I'm saying? With the old, see, like you look over here, but there's something going on over there. Something like what y'all got going on, man?
You got to. You always got to be looking over your shoulder whenever they say something. You always got to cut your eyes. Yeah,
you can't trust it.
You can't, because they be putting information out there, and then their agenda is so it's attached to everything. Their agenda is vague. They want your money, they want your viewers, they want your time, they want your money. They don't care if you go broke. They don't care if you dying, can't drink water. You got a boil water alert. You got, where does the water come from to go in the water buffaloes? That they put out there in them neighborhoods. Where does, you don't know these things, So, I mean, there's a lot to consider with that. And like you said, with that, and all these railroad crashes coupled with it, and if you just even just to look at that, just to
Yeah, that
look at
looks
that,
nuts.
and can you imagine living like where you can see that there's people like I bet you there's homes you can't
Not
see
too
it in this
far.
shot,
Like,
but yeah, not too far. Another angle, you probably see a whole neighborhood, man.
yeah.
Right there. Kids probably rode bikes and played down there and everything. So that right there, if you got those areas, and like I said, I live there on both sides of me, two sides of me. I had that, so I'm like, man, I
Yes.
always worry about that.
Yeah, that's
Always.
dangerous. That's a dangerous proposition. You feel me?
Yeah. And people be like wondering, like I asked, nice houses, the railroad tracks near it. Yeah, they are. Yep. Okay, I'll pass. I'm cool. That's what I say. Wifey looks at me like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong? I turned down the house. We was looking to buy a house. Nice house. Big space, cheap, everything. Railroad tracks was like, man, it's not only that part of it, but you don't know who's riding on those rails, on those cars that can be riding and jump off.
Yeah, because if you think about back in the day, that's how motherfuckers used to get them in hitchhike. Hop on hop on that and get off in Kentucky.
Have that shit, man. It was a serial killer that was catching the rails.
Yeah. No. Back in them days when motherfuckers used to carry it, when they motherfucker carry this the bag on the stick, on the stick,
the bag, yeah. That's what it is.
Bag on the stick, and you know what the stick is for.
The hobo bags. I seen a movie a long time ago when I was young, and I forget who was in it, but it was called The Emperor of the North. I just remember that. And it was about riding, them hobos riding them trains, and the conductors or whatever was whooping their butt. They were sadistic. They were doing all kind of crazy stuff to them hobos riding the trains. But man, that's why railroad track. You got the chemicals. That's strike two. Then you got vagrants that can be riding on there and everything else, man. That's strike 2 and 3. Right there with 2 pitches. Get out of here. The chemicals alone is a dangerous one.
Yeah, especially when you see what's going on with that, man, because that's just a wild situation, and then you hear people comparing it to Chernobyl and shit like that. Like, damn, like if it's really that serious and really that bad, like why you don't hear more about it,
Yeah. They want to downplay it. The company wants to downplay it because they don't want to have to spend money, but they're gonna have to open
obviously that. And then you want to know too, like why do you need these chemicals? Like what's really the purpose? Like why
what are they using these deadly chemicals for? Yeah. Vinyl chloride. That's what the
like that shit sound like, and then they gonna try to burn it off, like
set it on fire, made it worse because
like why would you release that shit in the air?
Yeah, we didn't know we had those cars that had this and that in it. So
that don't make no fucking sense to me at all. Like, and it's not just like, okay, we got a couple hundred. We got a couple hundred gallons of this shit. You probably have thousands of gallons of this shit. You gonna burn it off?
Burn it off.
That ain't the smartest. That ain't the smartest. That don't sound too wise to me. And I'm just me, so I don't know. Maybe out of they know something I don't know, but that don't seem wise to me. So you will release those toxins into the air to spread out across.
Yeah.
You never know how far reaching that shit would get. So, man, like,
I hear the Andy Griffin music playing now. They was making that decision. They was making that decision. Making that decision. You can hear that Andy Griffin music. But
what?
Yeah.
The fuck are we doing, man?
Yeah, it's crazy. What they are doing is they're cutting back. They made record profits. They're still making record profits. They're cutting back workers. They're not doing maintenance because they cut back the workers. They don't want to pay them overtime now. The red tracks we have here in Pittsburgh where I'm at now. There's it's elevated. It's a working train like those trains. The funny thing about that is that train could have came through here. That train could have came through here to get
probably
there
did.
along the rivers because they ride along the rivers, right? So also along the rivers, elevated, and then we got the commercial, for pedestrians, a transit train rail system that runs next to a train and everything else. Well, one day people at the bus stop, this train just derails and falls. You got train cars look like toys on real mountains on the side of the road, off the rails, and over there like, what the heck? Right across from downtown. People wasn't living there as much but now they are. They said, oh yeah, trains crashed. Let's build some apartments right there.
Yeah, you already know. Look at the view.
Yeah, look at the view. Yeah, you see the city over there. Hey, look at that chemical car bursting in flames.
That's all it is.
That's crazy.
See all this view over here? Look.
Yeah. And then the bridges. The bridges is another thing. That's why I said keep your eye on Pittsburgh in the news, because they got bridges collapsing. They just closed another bridge, and I was driving across this bridge, cutting through a park, doing a shortcut. And they shut it down. You can walk across it and ride your bike across it, but you can't drive.
No cars.
Not no more after that one.
You had your happy ass driving across that. No. You had your happy ass just driving.
The same
collapsed right in the fucking river.
The exact same park where the bridge collapsed right before Christmas here. The exact same park. That's on the other side, like up a little bit over, like going this way, but they're close to each other. So that tells you there's a lot of bridges here because there's hills, there's gullies, there's rivers. And I'm just talking about this city alone. The state itself has tons of them. And like several states do. They're not going to be able to fix them all. They got one they're working on now. They call it the most dangerous bridge in the United States, the McKees Rocks Bridge. And they got one half of it blocked. They've had more deaths and accidents on this thing since they closed it. They have people having, crashing on this thing while they're working on it. So, these bridges is a big problem here. And be sitting on a bridge, and I don't know if there's a lot of bridges out there. Big bridge. You're sitting on a bridge, river, good fall below you. And you're sitting on a bridge waiting for the light to change. And that mug is bouncing. You in the car. Everybody's bouncing and shaking, man. Hurry up. Let's get off of this cab right now. All the time, bro. We experience it every day.
But that's America's fault, man. Why the fucking infrastructure so fucked up, man?
Yeah, they didn't want to ratify. When Trump was in office, they couldn't get a budget. They couldn't figure out a budget for the infrastructure.
They not gonna find they can find money for everything else. This motherfucker Joe Biden then gave Ukraine about $50 billion. You feel me? Yeah. They gave them about $50 billion. You know what I'm saying? Like it wouldn't take a fraction of that to, you know what I'm saying, fix a few places, you know what I'm saying, metropolitan areas, a few rural areas, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. You feel me?
Yeah. And that's what we're doing. But our infrastructure's shot, and we got technology and stuff that will generate jobs for years.
Yeah, but it ain't just that, man. It's pretty much epidemic throughout the whole country, man. They ain't really trying to. That ain't what type of time they are.
Throughout the whole world, man. Can we cut a corner? But what I respect about it, the earthquake in Turkey, okay? The Turks, I respect the Turkish government on that. Because you know what they did? They start finding out who's the contractor on that building. Go get them. Who's the contractor on this building? Go get them. They start rounding these dudes up. These companies, these firms, rounding them up on the spot. Go get them right now. They caught one in the airport. He was trying to leave.
Trying to
leave. They caught him in the airport. Trying to roll
out. Happened to Turkey, man. Shout out to Turkey, man. You know prayers for y'all over there in Turkey.
Prayers to Turkey over there with that going on.
Yeah, man.
One town, 14 buildings collapsed. Okay. All made by the same contractor.
And you would think Turkey, in certain spots in Turkey, they should be kind of modernized over there, right?
It looks like it. In those areas.
What it did before shit got shook up and then it got exposed. That's probably why they rounded motherfuckers up. Like you said, this motherfucker was earthquake proof. Because it's kind of volatile. It's kind of volatile over there on earthquakes, tsunamis. It's volatile over there in regards to shit like that. So them buildings got to be, especially if you call yourself modernized. You know what I'm saying? Them buildings got to be in a certain condition.
They got to be able to handle it because they just had an earthquake over there that 17,000 people lost. You know, and then the sad part about that, the people in Syria that hit by that earthquake, they ain't even worried about them. They just there. You know, I mean, that's the sad part about it. You know, and parts of Turkey too. Those areas that got hit, they can't get to them. I seen a story today. A man, his wife, and child, they were trapped. They just got them out today. So that's been how long?
Shit, this shit happened about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
you feel like
they've been under that rubble for that long. They all survived, you know. So I bet you they come out of there ranked, boy. You come out of there stinking too, boy. You get in that mug.
I seen a fake one though where they talking about a baby was laying. They pulled the baby out the rubble. Baby was in the rubble for 3 days, and they pulled the baby out. The baby wasn't crying. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this? Something don't seem right.
Right, yeah.
The baby calm as hell to be down there 3 days. 3 days?
Yeah, that would be hungry. Yeah, it would be hungry.
That to be hungry and not just like, you know, that motherfucking little baby that was bouncing like and looked clean. I'm like, now who is this trying to goddamn it milk some? In the midst of all of this disaster, you still trying to get some clout, man. And I was
milking the media. The media. Yeah, it's wild. But yeah, we got it. You know, with when that stuff happens, we send our rescue workers over there and our dogs and everything to help them. So that gives us some push. But I seen a couple of things with some kids they pulled out too. Looked like a 4 and a 2-year-old that was trapped under the thing. And the same thing. They weren't crying at all. They seemed calm and everything. They like, let's get us out of here and we'll figure it out.
I ain't buying it.
You ain't buying it. They would be crying. Because
I ain't buying it. Because you pulled me from up out of that motherfucker after 2 days. I'm like,
you would think, and it's cold and everything. But, you know, somebody might have been talking to them, keeping them calm while they was pulling them out. So when you get to that scene, but that's crazy though. I mean, and that's what happens though, for real with that. But you know, and that's happening all over the world. You know, I mean, it's happening, and these earthquakes and stuff are becoming more regular. California, NorCal, they've been having them. Yeah, you know, so it's like you said, something's going on.
I think Haiti just had another. Some place in the Caribbean just had another earthquake or some shit like that. So it is what it is.
Yeah, stuff is happening around the globe rapidly. You know, okay. I mean, that's what's going on. You know, and that's how it's hitting, and it's crazy. So we're gonna keep an eye on it, and we're gonna keep y'all posted. You know, definitely smash the like button. You know, hit the subscribe, share. You know, and leave comments on what you might want to hear. What stories that piqued your interest, you know, that we can sit here and talk about and get engaged with it. You know, what's on the schedule this weekend, Big K? You know, what's happening this weekend?
For me, none. Just chilling.
Just chilling.
Just chilling. Too much of nothing, man. I'm probably gonna watch the All-Star game, you know, kick back.
Yeah.
Enjoy that. But I ain't really got too much on the plate. How about you?
Yeah, same thing. You know, I try to get stuff caught up. Seems like I always say I need to take a day and rebound and sleep and whatever else. Just lounge and never get that opportunity. You know, it never happens, but you know, it goes down. Another topic I want to hit you on before we get up out of here too. You see, in Jackson, Mississippi, you know, we touched on that briefly on the show last week. You know, me, you, and Big Wall about what they're trying to do with the laws down there and change everything. How they're trying to control Jackson because of the crime. You know, they're having crime just like everywhere else. Everywhere else is having the same problem. The same. They worried about
crime. They worry about the wrong shit out there in Jackson. They need to be worried about how they're gonna get their people some water.
Water, exactly. They worried about the crime. You're gonna see more crime if you don't get them no water. You know, the water systems failed. You know, and people have to run. There was a mass shooting down there 6 people got hit. So I mean that's not going to end. So that's happening in America daily. You know,
Then you got
daily.
people, man. When you got people with despair and shit, man, crime is, man, like, come on, it's self-explanatory. You feel me?
Hmm.
Crime is not. Crime is not. Crime is just a symptom.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and the youth, to get the youth crowd, give them jobs, give them activity, give them jobs, something to do, something to earn money so they can make money and have schedules and plans and stuff to do to help themselves. Give them jobs, beautify the neighborhood, the communities. Like when we was young, they used to have that. Give them
They
jobs.
have to keep some. They have to keep some. They have to keep the somebody at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? The way this shit is set up, you know what I'm saying? Somebody has to be at the bottom. Somebody has to be at the top. It can never just be. You know what I'm saying?
That's the way that's the way it is.
So
But they
without
get
that, so when you start understanding that type of shit, like, man, and you start looking at shit a little bit differently because, man, somebody has to be on the bottom, you know what I'm saying, for people to exist at top, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And it's a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, you at the bottom or they're at the top at the expense of you being
At the bottom.
You
Right,
feel me?
right,
So
right.
once you start understanding shit like that, man, you learn how to just play shit a little bit differently, you know what I'm saying? And you start understanding shit a little bit
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, you do. You get that understanding to the point, like the corporations, and now they're getting to it. I think that alleviates some things. I think it's my opinion that there's no elected official in this country that should be receiving a pension. Whenever you're elected, you have your salary, you do your thing, you get your little perks while you're there, whatever. Whenever you're out, you're out. There's no pension. I don't care if you serve 18 years in Congress. There's
Yeah,
no pension.
because it's profitable being a politician, you know what I'm saying? They ain't just eating off their salary for being whatever politician seat that they hold. If they all politicians eat off other ways. They are
Yeah,
not eating off their salary. So they get
yeah,
their salary and then some. You know what I'm saying?
exactly. Because they go in the door millionaires. Trump done showed them. Well, look at the boy Georgie Santos. Was that his name? Georgie Santos from New York. What happened, Georgie?
He got so
He
much bullshit around his name. I bowed out.
yeah. Listen, it's
I
a
bowed
money game. He was trying to get a pension. That's what he was trying to do, get a pension. Just like Marjorie Taylor Greene. She got up there, she got her second election because you got to be in there two terms to get a pension. She's going to get a pension, and now she's already talking about raises in the House and raises for them up there for the fight the
He
inflation.
probably like one of them dumb motherfuckers that's talking about a universal 30% tax or some shit like that. Like, see, like when I start hearing a lot of bullshit surrounding your name constantly and over and over and over again, I stop paying attention to your ass. And I remember your name, so when I hear it, it automatically set off in my head like, oh, they set off the bullshit alert in my head and I bypass it. Because you said a couple names that just is like, oh, I ain't checking for him. Then you said, oh, girl, I ain't checking for her.
Yeah.
And I have to filter all that bullshit out because, man, you become damn near overwhelmed with all the bullshit
that goes on.
It's too much. Yeah, so like, man, I have to curate what I see to not paying it. Like I see it, and I bypass. All it takes for me to see is the name, and if I see the wrong name, or hit a wrong name, I'm checked out. I don't.
Don't gotta hear nothing they gotta say.
And I don't even know nothing about this motherfucking Santos dude. You know what I'm saying? But I've seen his name come up in about 12 rumors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 12 rumors.
After about the third one,
yeah,
I really, really bowed down. Like it's not even like I'm not checking for you at all. Like I don't even care what you got going on. Don't care.
Mom died, and mom was in the World Trade Center. Mom was in Brazil. You stop lying. That's every time. George, stop lying. What's your name? Stop lying, George. Let's stop lying. You're lying about everything. You lied about the lies you lied about.
I've reached the age in my life where I ain't got time to be listening to no motherfucker keep lying to me. I ain't got time, man. Once I get the sense that you fucking lying or you always lying to me, I'm gonna limit the times that I talk to your ass.
Yeah, you don't have no need. There's no need.
I'm gonna put a real cap on the times that I speak to your ass. For real.
On that, there is no need for us to speak. You know, I mean, I hear what you're saying. We're cool.
Sometimes the people you love be lying like a motherfucker. Sometimes the people you love be lying like a motherfucker. And you have to talk to this motherfucker because, I mean, you love him, man. You know, it is what it is. But
you know they lying.
I'm going to limit the times I talk because I'm going to limit the chances you have to lie to me. You feel me?
That's a natural reaction and state to keep yourself, you know, protect yourself. No, I'm not going to let you lie to me like that. Not today. I don't feel like hearing it. I got cousins.
You have to get to that point, though, because at one point in time, man, we all just been sat around the old lying ass motherfucker all day.
All day long.
This motherfucker just lying on top of line on top of line. And you just tired of hearing this motherfucker lie. Like, this motherfucker lies so much, he just start losing track of the shit he be lying about and just be tripping himself up lying so fucking much. And you just like,
yeah, I'm telling you.
Lying ass motherfucker.
And those people will get you in a jam. Let me tell you a true story. We was in Manhattan. And I ain't going to say his name. I'm going to say his name.
Now, blast that lying motherfucker. Tell the truth on that lying motherfucker.
He got the same name. He got the same name as you. That was what we called him.
So, Mike, your lying ass.
So we up in Manhattan. We going to this event. There's three of us. We going to this event. We run into this place, and there's a lot of dignitaries, the UN people. It was an event, you know, with literacy in Africa. Okay. So we was going to this event. Nice event, upscale event. We did, yeah. So we get there, and we with our man. He's from Philly, you know, nigga, you know, he cool, you know, our man, old pop. You know, so we up there, we run up there, and he's up there trying to control the door with people talking about, I'm Secret Service, whatever. He's sitting there, he gonna say, I'm Secret Service. Meanwhile, the niggas that's on the door are really Secret Service. So he's sitting up to the dude that pulls his badge out and lets it drop. Oh, you are? You got one of these? Where's it at? And me and my other boy look at each other like, no. Then he says, no. I was almost a New Jersey State Trooper. Man, we was cracking up, right? One of them types that go to jail for that. You know, so it was the event. So we go to the event, right? It's funny. We knew some people. And it's one of those things. You're in an event. Like you said, the people got the pinkies in the air. You know, I mean, dignified Africans with the hairdressers, you know, the women. The
talking like this.
Talking like this. Yeah. That's it was one of those events. It was, what's his name? He used to be the head of the UN. Kofi.
Desmond Tutu.
Not Desmond, but Kofi. His name was Kofi.
Kofi Annan.
Yeah, Kofi Annan. Kofi Annan was in there. Him and his son.
Oh, yeah, man.
Our one boy knew his son.
You had top flight. You got Kofi Annan in the building. There's some top flight motherfuckers there.
Yeah,
you're not just walking. And this dickhead talking about some Secret Service. I would have snuck his ass all night.
Listen.
He come ass over there, Mr. Secret Service, with your goof ass.
he come running over. He come running over to us, right? And he was like, "What?" He was to our friend, yo, Joseph, your friend Keel. He kept saying, Keel, what's his name? Keel, what's his name? Keel. They was looking at him and said they called him Black Borat. They said he was a Black Borat. I stayed far away from him the rest of the night. So we went through the night like that. They called him Black Borat. So at the end of the night, we leaving, right? We're getting on the elevator, we leaving. Dignitaries getting on, people going down. So mind you, we was at this event for 2 hours. It was about literacy and Africa and stuff and good food and whatever they were serving, dishes. We on the thing coming down here on the elevator to all these people. Wild boy opened up his mouth to talk to. Looked like the most dignified African in the elevator. Opened his mouth up and say, This was a nice event about food, wasn't it? That was some good food, some really good food. A nice event about food. That's what the person say. A nice event, and he got that African thing. They looked at him. You know how they do that look? Huh? The eyes get big. Huh? I was like, oh man, no, I felt about this big. I'm like, man, dude, that's you, man. This wasn't about food. It was about literacy. You sit there talking about food, event about food. So the whole night was just comedy all night with him. But it was fun, man. Love, big shout out to him, Joe, man. But dude came to us,
goof ass,
came to us, killed. They was calling him Black Borat. I was like,
they should have roasted his ass all night. Who the hell at the door trying to portray the Secret Service and Kofi Annan in the door?
Hey.
He got Interpol in this motherfucking shit, boy.
Yeah,
down somewhere.
But the other guy, man, he was like shaking his head, like we would laugh about it after we had some drinks, and then be like horrified. We'd be laughing about it, then we're horrified the next minute. I mean, he'd be sitting over there, you talking to somebody, talking about veterans and stuff. They ain't never served a day in the military. Get over there. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. You see, I fought in the Battle of Quam. Okay, the Battle of what? The guy was at the Battle of what? Quam. Oh, you mean, I just looked. I walked away, bro. I had to walk away. I mean, the guy was like, you mean Guam? He said, you're not old enough to fight then, son. What? He said, Quam. I said, what's Quam?
He's just an old lying ass nigga. Nigga just he type of nigga that offer you the lie. Like, I ain't even add, like, why you bring me that lie, man? That lie ain't had nothing to do with nothing I told you about.
Quam's a street in North Philly, I guess. The Battle of Quam. I don't know. I couldn't figure it out. But it's just embarrassing, and it's funny. I mean, like I said, like now, and even right after that, when I told the other boy, man, listen, I said, nigga that said he fought in the Battle of Quam. He's like, are you serious? What? Yeah. He's like, oh, I stayed away. Man. It's hilarious. But it's funny, though, man. It's all love. But, yeah, lying is lying.
Damn sure.
And you don't have to. That's the whole thing. You don't even have to. It's not even called for. You don't even have to. But that's funny. But that's one of them things. But, yeah, so the weekend for me, Big K, I'll be chilling, man. Like you said, I'm just going to be, I might take an all-star game. I'm just going to try to clean up, catch some rest, get stuff organized. I always say organized. That's my thing. Organize some things.
Yeah, staying organized. Ain't no wrong with
that. Organize some things. Yeah, bro. But, yeah, no doubt, man. Definitely tap in, hit the subscribe button. Hit us up on all platforms, this week in the culture. Big KL, y'all know KL from around the way. KL from around the way. They know K. He gonna tell you, he gonna keep it straight with you all the time. And that's what we talking about on This Week in the Culture. K, you got any parting words? Anything you want to say before we roll up out of here, bro?
Moral of the story, man. Keep your eye on the sky, man. They burning shit in the sky, man. So keep your eye on the sky, man, and watch for the rain, man. Be careful of the rain, man. We don't know what these people doing, man. Just keep your eye out, man, and watch the signs, man, and keep your third eye open.
Yeah, I agree with you. Stay on alert. If you see something in the sky, duck. Duck. You don't know. You don't know what's behind the shooting at it these days.
Hey.
But definitely stay on alert. Keep your eye. We're not alone. So we got that presence here. So don't be surprised, but be ready to keep it moving. That's all. Be ready to keep it moving, man. But share, like, and subscribe. Leave comments down below, man. Let us know what you want to hear, what you want to talk about, man. Tap in with us on all platforms. Catch us up there every Friday night, at 8 p.m., on the Address the Culture Network. That's how we rolling, man. And next week, Big Wall will be back with us kicking in. We have some new topics and some new news you can use.
Yeah, because something definitely going to happen next week with all this shit that's been going on this week. Something's bound to happen. So
something going to happen.
If ain't nothing happen, we'll make up something to talk about.
Either
way, we're going to
make up something. I like that. I like
You gonna
that.
make up some shit. Man, you know what I heard, man?
Yeah. That's all. I mean, today, though, you can pick a topic, man. You can turn on a computer and you can get news that be like, man, did you see this stuff? And it's going down, you know. I'm still trying to figure out the people with these mountain lions and cougars. You know, that's become popular now. So them things will eat your ass up. You know,
you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Yep. That's the way it goes, you know. But yeah, until next week, man. Peace and love and blessings, man. Stay in there, you know. Keep us posted, keep us locked, you know. And this is This Week in the Culture. I'm your man, PStock.
And this is your boy KL. And this was Address the Culture this week. Check us out next week. Like, share, subscribe, holla at us, hit us up with those questions or whatever, and we out.
Addressing the culture, I'm addressing the culture, huh? Addressing the culture, I'm addressing the culture, huh? Addressing the culture, I'm Miss Licky in the building. Welcome to Address the Culture.
Oh, hey, y'all. It's your girl, Miss Licky. I am the CEO of All Licky. So whenever you getting some good head, it's because of me, because I prayed on it.
How did you get your name?
I'm doing it right now. That's how I found ways for them to get paid, or if they just want to book us for parties, period, sex parties. You know, I want to have my DJs lined up and have people be able to pick what DJs they want, and that's how my DJs will be able to get paid, you know, from getting gigs from the Licky movement. So that's what I'm working on, right? So you see, stay Licky, whatever. Yeah, so basically, get it. So you just, oh yeah.
What's going on, y'all? It's your girl, Lady Luck, and I'm here with the homie Big Wall, and you are now tuned in to Address the Culture, where we're addressing everything in the culture. Keep it locked.
Hey guys, here we are, season 2. What a grand opening, huh? CEO Stu Mahan and Rita Ross Joyce.
Good Joyce. Welcome them both to the show. How are you guys doing? Welcome to the show.
I was in Marine Corps, and I was driving down the street, and I saw this sign. I think it was said Ed Parker for Karate, something like that, West LA. Mm-hmm. And I went inside, and the teacher, Danny Inosanto. That was my first teacher.
Danny Inosanto.
That was my first teacher, and that's when I started meeting Master Parker, Chuck Sullivan, and all those guys. But that was my real introduction to the martial arts.
And I would like my legacy to be one that empowers other women and young girls to protect themselves, to heal themselves.
Could I say one more thing?
Yes,
absolutely. Hit us with your wisdom and your knowledge.
That's all day long.
Absolutely.
All day long.
Let's go.
I have brought into existence a science for fighting that is based off of